this is Countyfairgrounds and Cool K. We're going to talk to Dana-Cain, who's got Choctoberfest coming up at the Arapahoe County Fairgrounds very soon in Aurora. Hello, Dana.
Hi, Cool K. How's it going?
Cool K's busy, as I'm sure you are. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how many years has this festival been running?
So Choctoberfest, I've been doing the chocolate festivals for almost 20 years now. Choctoberfest was originally, let's just say it's been going on for about 8 years. So it's very popular. It's out at Arapahoe County Fairgrounds, and it's just a really popular festival. It's like Oktoberfest, but with chocolate and cheese instead of beer. And we also have a lot of Halloween stuff going on. And we also bring in some other Oktoberfest type stuff, like we've got a live polka band that does really fun, like polka versions of modern songs and stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay. So it's a one-day event?
Yes, it's one day, Saturday, October 12th. It's 10 to 5.
Okay.
Yep. And we just moved to a new timed entry system because of the crowding, and we actually just had our very first Chocolate and Cheese Fest where we tried out this system with timed entries, and it was a huge hit. That just happened on Sunday up in Loveland, and it worked really, really good. We actually had less crowding with more people, so that was good.
Okay. So there is an entry fee, though, right?
Yes, it's $10 to get in for session 1 or session 2, and $6 for session 3. And so session 1 is like 11 to 1. Session 2 is like 1 to 3. And then the third session is 3 to 5. So once you get in, you can enter any time during your session and stay as long as you want. So like if you show up at 11:30 for session 1, we don't boot you out at 1 o'clock. You can stay as long as you want.
Okay.
You could show up for session 1 at 12:45 and still stay as long as you want. So,
a chocolate and cheese festival, that's a little bit different. How did that happen?
I'll tell you how that happened. So last year in Loveland, the one we just did, but last year in Loveland, we had, the lines were insane. They were around the block. We hit maximum capacity 5 times and had to, this was just when it was just chocolate. It was just chocolate. It was the Loveland Chocolate Festival. We kept hitting maximum capacity, so I'm like, well, we need to rent the other hall so we can have the whole building, both halls. Then we will double our maximum capacity. But I don't know if we can fill both halls because there's not that many chocolate vendors. So I'm like, what are we going to add to fill the hall? And I thought, cheese. Let's add cheese. Cheese would be good. I did a little research. I saw there had been a cheese festival in Colorado, but the reason they stopped was because they got too many people. And I'm like, okay, well, that's good. That's a good reason to stop, because I can handle it, right? So that's what we did. So we changed it to the Loveland Chocolate and Cheese Fest. And then we actually did our first, we were going to return to Colorado Springs because we hadn't done a chocolate festival in the Springs since before the pandemic. And I thought to myself, well, I'm just going to try the chocolate and cheese thing down there. And it was insane. We had so many people show up. It was crazy. And then I thought, okay, well, obviously chocolate and cheese is good. But that's when I decided to do the timed entry. Because, like, everybody shows up the first hour. And we had like 5,000 people. The Norris Penrose Event Center said that, they've been around forever and They had literally never had that many people show up for an event in that space.
Mm.
So evidently, we have found a winning, very popular combination in chocolate and cheese. So now we're just kind of like, this is our first year doing it, and we're just perfecting it and, getting all the tweaks in and all the final adjustments. So, but the one we just did Sunday in Loveland, it was really smooth. It was very smooth. Just a couple more little tweaks, just a couple more little things. So for Choctoberfest, it's going to be, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that it will be perfect.
Mm-hmm. Dana, I used to run big events. I know how it works. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so that's an unusual combination. So you have vendors that just sell cheese too?
Yeah, and it's the similarities. It's like with chocolate or with cheese. You can get some like at the grocery store, but then you get into the artisan stuff, the fancy stuff, the homemade stuff. And chocolate and cheese both have, followings. Like there are people who are like cheese gourmets and they love to try all the new cheeses. Same thing with chocolate. So when you can go to a festival and sometimes, honestly, it's like the women who are after the chocolate and the guys who are after the cheese, so that not always, I'm not going to stereotype that way, but, it does happen. So it's like there's something for everyone. Okay. And, because we don't just have like, craft American cheese like we've got goat cheese and we've got Wisconsin cheese and European cheese and soft cheese and hard cheese and all kinds, really hot spicy cheese and really gooey cheese and all of it. So it's kind of neat.
Okay, so but Halloween is coming. Are there things there for kids to do specifically?
Yes, there are. So we do have a lot of Halloween stuff going on at Choctoberfest. We have a costume contest for starters, and that's always really popular. And then we also have a Halloween craft making station. We have creation station at a lot of our different events. And at Choctoberfest, it's all about making Halloween decorations and Halloween masks and Halloween-themed crafts. So those are two of our biggies. One year we did pumpkin bowling. I don't know if we're going to do pumpkin bowling again, but we always have stuff going on. We always have Halloween stuff. Okay.
And costume contest I thought I saw?
Yeah.
You want to explain that a little?
Oh, well, sure. Yes, it's a costume contest, and the people just they just show up at the stage like 5 or 10 minutes before, and they get to go up and show off their costume, and the audience applauds, and we have a table full of judges, and the prizes that we give out are taste tickets that they can go sample chocolate and cheese with. So if you win anything at any of our events, because we have cheese rolling and we have chocolate bingo and we have all kind of events on the stage, and if you win something, you get taste tickets. So for more sampling.
All right, now the confusion in me comes when you go in the door. Do you have like a map of the thing that says what's going on or something?
Yes. Yeah. So when you get there. And it's actually, speaking of high tech, we've kind of moved a lot of that stuff to QR codes because people don't like carrying around like a paper map and they can just look on their phone and see it. But we do have a map showing where all the vendors are, where all the booths are. The map also shows people where the gluten-free samples are, where the sugar-free samples are, where the vegan samples are. And then it has the program of events that's happening on the main stage.
Yeah, I know. People don't like looking at their phones. So, one of the concerns that I would have coming in there, especially if I was a mother, would be that, if you had like a map and directions so you knew what was going on. And I think that's an important part of the thing, too.
Right, and this one is all just in one big room. So it's not that hard. The main stage is at the back of the room. and everything else is just laid out in booths, and it's just like a rectangular grid. So this one's not rocket science for the layout.
So, to me as a mother, if I had some kids under 12, what would be the first thing I should do?
Well, the first thing you should do is you should know that if they're under 10, they get in free.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So under 10 gets in free. And so the first thing, well, what you really should do is you should get your tickets online. You should get your tickets online because what happened in Loveland was the VIP sold out, then session 1 sold out, then session 2 sold out. You know, because we have limits now of 1,200 per session. So you should definitely get your tickets online because it'll just make it so much easier. You'll get in faster. It will be much less complicated. Okay.
All right. Well, I think we've pretty much covered it. Is there anything you want to add that you think maybe we've missed?
Well, I can't really think of anything except, you know, what we did this year with all of my events is we made them all alcohol free. And Choctoberfest is the one that was probably impacted the most because we used to have a beer garden. And after seeing the stats on Colorado about how we're one of the leading states in alcohol-related deaths and how, you know, so many like young women now are dying because of alcohol-related deaths. And just, you know, everybody knows somebody with an alcoholism problem, with an addiction, and it's just so hard to go anywhere if you're struggling with that and see it everywhere. So we don't have beer anymore. What we do have is our charity cocktail bar. It's all for charity, and they're sampling and selling Choctail mocktails that are just really delicious and great. They were very popular in Loveland. They've been very popular at all of the events. So that's just the one thing. That's another big thing that's different is there's no beer garden. But we don't have the beer, but we're bringing in the cheese. So, I mean, you can get beer anywhere, but I don't know where you can get this fancy cheese, you know. So we kind of swapped out the beer for the cheese. Okay.
Well, it sounds like a great time. And what time does it start again?
It starts at, VIPs get in at 10 a.m. and the general public hours are 11 to 5. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, and hopefully you'll have a great turnout. All righty. Well, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Okay. Thanks, Kay. All right.
Bye. Bye, Dana.